on to the drum overheads and the room. We'll do these both together. Here's what we ended up with. All right, and here's just the overheads. And here's the overheads without processing. All right, so nothing terribly going on here. I think we recorded these with an old pair of AKG solid tubes. As you can see, take that out of bypass mode on the EQ. You see the gain multiplier at 1/4, which means this -4 cut is actually about a -1. Same thing, -6 is about a -1.5. So they're not as drastic as you would think. But a little bit of boost, a little bit of cut. I think this was just so I had a lot of room in that threshold for the compressor when I kicked it on. So a little bit of high pass. Let's just get rid of some of that low end rumble. Add a little bit of drive. So. And then with the EQs, just drop off some low end. Clear out some space in my lows as well, just some of that mud. Get a little bit of smoothness, 5K, and then a little bit of a shelf. What is that, 7K? Just add a little bit of crispiness to it, we'll say. And compression-wise, 2-to-1 ratio, fairly fast release, mid-fast attack. Here to sort of sizzle on the hi-hat a little more. My dynamics a little bit. So with the F6, I wanted to add a little bit of low end back in, and don't let this fool you, because remember there is a high pass on there, so it's almost like just doing a little bit of boost there. I just wanted a little smoother low end, and I just wanted to have a couple more specific frequency controls here on my dynamics. So this is where most of getting rid of that mud happened, was in this plugin. So get rid of here. You see a cut and then a transient cut, or a dynamic cut rather. Same thing here. More of that mid mud. Here is for harshness. I really hate when I get a build up around 3K. So you see me cut a lot. I'm really specific about cutting around these frequencies. They annoy me. And I didn't really do much around here. All right, with the room. So the room is a completely different thought process than the overheads. Where the overheads, I just sort of want to keep things pretty natural and smooth sounding. I love crushing my rooms. So here's where we started with, or a nice and distant crushed. And then just went nuts. So, massive amount of drive. Then high pass all the way up to 230. Low pass was at 8.5. Just so it's all sort of mid-rangey craziness. And then big cuts on the EQ at 240. And then big cuts, or good cut at 800. And then just crush it with compression. And sort of blended those together. Here's it all together. All right, and that's that for drums.